Inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now 1st and 10 at the 11.
First down.
And Jackson throwing once more. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson. And he's caught. Touchdown, Texans. An 11-yard touchdown. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Solid stiff arm. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
That is caught by Hunter. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop it right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. He completes it to Hunter. He's got the first down and more. And he'll take this one. In front, Texans touchdown. Travis Hunter, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity to push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
47-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. 52 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And the Texans first down.
Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Hunter. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Jackson going to keep it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now with timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Second and a yard.
From the gun, Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So halftime now here on... So the halftime show of the Super Bowl, abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. They trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't, but of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Houston. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing is Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Brian Thomas, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive,
It's a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Caught that one from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
15 yards on the play. That's good for a Falcons first down.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the Texans' 47-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. That's out wide here for Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Brings up second and 2 at the 9-yard line.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from second and 2 to a tough third and 4.
Blue check.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So a response there to the touchdown, the opening drive of this third quarter, as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that, because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
They're looking to put a drive together. Play action. Now Jackson. Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Past the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. 47 yards. And the Texans have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When he'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. You see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Second and 10. Looking to throw. And he hits him in stride. That'll leave him with a third and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's it.
An entire season coming down to this next quarter. 3 in the books here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a third and 2. Back to throw here. Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. But he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. Second and a yard. Here's Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. From Falcon territory now, here's first and 10 at the 43. Now Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Play action. It's Jackson. Under pressure, and they get it to him again. Jalen Walker. He's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Third and long.
Now on third and forever, he'll look to throw. Jackson going to keep it. Keeps himself upright. Jackson going to keep it. And he's going to go down again. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. Jackson and the rest of the offense staying put. They will go for it on fourth. To throw is Jackson. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position.
Turnover on down.
Yellow, 40, ready.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical third down here.
Check right.
They'll look to throw. And it is caught. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Here we go. First and goal.
First down.
They'll run with Robinson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
A gain of 3.
Again, it'll be Robinson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Black 40. Hut, go. Hut.
He's back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
At the 21-yard line.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. The Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Now Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
A pickup of 10, but it brings up 4th down.
Here's Jackson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And his kick here is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So what a Super Bowl this has been. All tied in the final minute as it kicks away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. He's still on his feet.
The Texans take over.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
22-yard line.
Throwing, Jackson. Jackson going to keep it. And his throw is incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. Well, the Falcons have to be thinking, here we go again. But this time they'll get the ball first here in overtime as this Super Bowl is back underway. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was in the playoffs. Now both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they score first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football, and people hated that. Now the game reaches OT. Every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
Wide open receiver complete. And this is a touchdown. That's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Texans 20.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Houston set to take over. And CD, the pressure is on here. Only a touchdown on this series will prevent their season from coming to an end right here, right now.
And this is why the postseason overtime rules will change, partner, to afford teams an opportunity to respond in this type of a situation, because in the past, this game will already be over, and the losing team will be making off-season plans. Now they've earned their way into a postseason. They do get a chance to answer.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play there in overtime. And even 40 yards. Well, what a game this has turned out to be here. Second possession of overtime. Obviously, Charles, they need the touchdown. And now looking pretty good here in the red zone.
And in addition, they face a very important decision if they do reach the end zone. Kick the extra point, take the tie, and send this game to sudden death.
And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Second down and goal.
Jackson. And he rifles this one incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
At the 7-yard line.
Touchdown, Texans.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie up this ball game.
At 34.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And here now come the Falcons. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
45, White. Sam, Hunt,
They're going to look to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
A gain of 9.
A yard, all they need, but it's 3rd down.
60.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 35. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now, timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. And it's over. The Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Falcons. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
So that'll do it for another remarkable season of the NFL on EA Sports. For my partner, Charles Davis, all of our crew, for all of you at home, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll do it all again come the fall. Till then, good night from the Super Bowl.